Good wishes, dear students. The concept you will be learning in today's class is deviation from ideal gas behavior. Before we move into find out the reasons for the deviations, let's know what's the difference between ideal gas and real gas. For an ideal gas, PV is equals to nRT. How do we come to this particular formula? You have learnt it in the previous class. Those gaseous molecule which obey Boyle's law, Charles' law and Avogadro's law put together the units, their derivations, we arrived at the formula PV is equals to nRT. And for real gases, PV is not equal to nRT. I'm repeating again. For an ideal gas, PV is equals to nRT. For a real gas, PV is not equal to nRT. Let me give you a very simple example. Consider the ideal students and the real students. Ideal students, when we say the students who are 100% perfect in their behavior, in their character, in their responsibility towards the studies and in all that they do. But real students, when we say nobody is perfect at all times. As a student, sometimes you tend to be lethargic, sometimes you tend to be serious. So there is a deviations in the character. So that's the example you can remember to remember the concept of ideal and real. Moving on further with the exact key point that is required in terms of exam. Ideal gas, when we say, it confirms only the kinetic theory of gases and does not talk about the potential energy, meaning kinetic energy concept is involved, potential energy concept is not involved. But in terms of real gases, both kinetic energy and potential energy concepts are involved. Point number 2, no attractive forces between the gaseous molecule. Can you imagine the 2 students or 3 or number of students in the classroom, remaining without an interaction between one another? Any sort of interactions, it's not possible. So ideal gas, there is no attractive forces between the gaseous molecule. But in real gases, there is an attractive forces between the molecule. And a point number 3, negligible volume only when compared to the total volume. You know that the smaller units make up to the larger unit. So in terms of ideal gas, the smaller units can be avoided or can be omitted in terms of, so it's considered as a negligible volume when compared to the total volume. But when it comes to real gases, though the unit is smaller, but each molecule's volume is considered. I hope you are able to remember or understand the distinguish between ideal gas and real gas. Start with the formula, then write down the 3 points. Here only kinetic energy is valued or allowed, and leaving about the potential energy concept. Here both the energies are involved. No attractive forces between the gaseous molecule. No gaseous molecule will remain without interacting with one another. In this case, they have an attractive forces. Negligible volume only, volume is considered. Now this is in terms of distinguish between ideal gas and real gas. Moving on to the next point, but sometimes real gases behave as ideal gas. Why is it so? Coming back to the same example. Sometimes the real students also behave as an ideal student. When it can be, for example, just before your board exam. Now all through the year you might be playing up or may not have taken your studies seriously, but towards the exam or when you hear about the exam timetable, naturally most of us get into the serious mind and we make an extra attempt to study. So that's the meaning. When does the real gas behave as an ideal gas? There are 2 important conditions. A lot of explanation is given in the textbook. I have summarized and written just in terms of 2 points. They are more than enough to give you the full mark. Condition number 1, at high temperature. Condition number 2, at low pressure. So remember, it should be the vice versa. Temperature should be high and a pressure should be low. At high temperature, what happens? Particles have enough energy to overcome all type of attraction forces. At low temperature, what happens? Particles are so far apart that their individual volume is insignificant. If you remember the Boyle's law, the piston diagram, you will know when the pressure is less, volume is greater. And on the other hand, when pressure is more, volume is smaller here. So at high temperature, particles have enough energy to overcome any attraction, and at low pressure, particles are so far apart so that the individual volume is insignificant. So under these two conditions, real gases behave as an ideal gas. Now moving on to the another concept called the compressibility factor Z. We have told here real gases are behaving as an ideal gas. So there should be a term given to that. So that term is called as an compressibility factor. I have given in the bracket. The deviation of real gases from the ideal behavior is termed as a compressibility factor Z. You know the ideal gas formula. PV is equals to nRT. So if you change the side, Z is equals to PV by nRT, you get the new formula here. Under standard temperature and pressure, when we substitute the values for each of the unit that is given here, we get Z is equals to 1. So for an ideal gas, Z value should be equal to 1. And that is what I have written. For ideal gases at all temperature and pressure, Z is equals to 1. Now when we plot the graph of Z versus pressure, gives a straight line parallel to pressure axis. Now I would like to show you the diagram that is given in the textbook. That is compressibility factor. Z is equals to PV by nRT versus pressure. When we plot the diagram, the straight line talks about an ideal gas value where Z is equals to 1. Below that, Z value is less than 1. Above the line, Z value is greater than 1. And that is what we have written. Z versus P gives a straight line parallel to not P axis, pressure axis. When a gas deviates from the ideal behavior, its Z value deviates from unity. You can cross check it here. When an Z is equals to 1, it gives you the straight line. But also you can see some dotted line in the axis of positive value and some line in the lower part as well as in the positive section. It's a below 1 and above 1, the values, the kind of curve line, you can see it here. At such cases, Z value deviates from unity. Unity is equals to 1. So now coming back to what happens, you understand Z is equals to 1, the gases behave as an ideal gas here. But what happens when Z is greater than 1? That is here. And when Z is less than 1, that is in this region here. The real gases show positive deviation, that is above the boil point. I'll tell you what's the meaning of boil point. When Z is less than 1, the real gases show. Now if you see here, the line does not come entirely into the negative region. It comes down, then it goes up. And that's what we have written. The real gases show decrease in the Z value reaches a minimum and then increases along as the pressure increases, then it increases here. And that's what we have written. The real gases show decrease in the Z value and reaches a minimum and then increases with pressure. So here it's an above. When Z is greater than 1, the temperature is the above boil point, and when the Z is less than 1, it's a below boil point here. Therefore, we can say at low pressure and at high temperature, the real gases behave as an ideal gas here. Coming back to the point, what's the meaning of boil point? The temperature at which the real gas obeys the as an ideal gas law, or the real gas obeys the ideal gas law over an appreciable range of pressure is called as an boil temperature or a boil point. I hope you are clear with that. So the boil point, whatever points we have written, at those, the temperature at which, you can remember it in short, the temperature at which the real gas behaves as an ideal gas here. So moving back to the last part of the concept, compressibility factor for real gases. You know Z is equals to PV by nRT. If we are considering a real gas, V for volume for an ideal gas will be nRT by P. That is, rearranging this formula, we get it here. So substituting V ideal nRT by P in terms of nRT by P, if we substitute this value into this equation, we get the new formula Z is equals to V real by V ideal. Now what is V real? Molar volume of the real gas, and V ideal will be molar volume of the real gas when it behaves ideally. When does it behave ideally? At low pressure and at high temperature. It can be above the boil point. It will give you a positive line. Positive deviation, the line that is above the ideal gas, that is Z is equals to 1. Below the boil point, it decreases, then it increases with the increase in pressure. Thank you.